How you guys doing? We're gonna talk about um, Black History Month for Black African Americans. Um, Eventually, sometimes this will never exist for some of us, or one day it will come to not exist for one of us because of certain events that happen to Black African Americans, who I consider the Aboriginals of America. So if your lineage ties further back to 19 the 1900s and later, the 400, 500, 600 year Black people generations. You know, my family is from Oklahoma and Missouri, and they all originated out of the South through slavery. So that type of lineage. But we have a Black man. He's from Alabama, so I would consider him one of my people. He's part of the tribe I come from, which started from chattel slavery. His son was murdered. So we're going to listen to him talk. What you guys say?
Okay, I was too, Marsh. Yeah, I'm caught.
You rewind it.
This don't make no sense. I spent 12 years in...
So to give a backstory, the cop who murdered his son got off. And he's very angry, which he should be. You know, you're a military veteran and your son was murdered at the mall, and they're trying to make his son look like a villain, when in actuality his son is innocent. And they're trying to paint him as this demon. And I was reading the comments by the Black people and the white people. You have some Black people cooning, and then you have some really racist white people. There are more racist white comments, and I'll have some more feedback after this.
Marine Corps, defending this country. Worked at the Birmingham City Jail over 26 years. Dealing with law enforcement.
All right.
And this is bull crap that I told you was going to happen from the start. Turning march full of it. But you send your flunkies down here to come talk to me and his mother. You ain't got the nerve or the balls to come down here and say nothing in my face. You knew then you couldn't come coming down here. You wrong. My son was murdered. And you think I'm going to let it go? And you still got this clown on the payroll at Hoover? All of y'all wrong. My son was murdered. That was a homicide. Moving away, trying to go back and protect his friend. You killed my son.
Yes. Never gave
You a coward. You a coward too, Marshall. Now I'm gonna call you out right now. You took this case from Danny Carr. You whitewashed this case. You covered it up. What you in bed with Hoover? Or you still pissed off because they told you about the civil rights stuff down here that you can't do nothing about? They covered up the statutes. Now you sitting down here in Alabama. We in Alabama. It's still cool to kill a Black man.
Still cool.
And so what he's explaining is on how the Black delegation decided it was time to remove racist statues amongst the Black folks, which is true. They should be. We don't want to see that. And I understand them wanting to take it away. So now his son tried to protect his friend, defuse the situation, and the police shot him. And it's not uncommon, cops killing Black men. And then you have comments saying he shouldn't have done this or that. Cops come up with every reason to murder a Black man. There is no excuse for why they murder Black men. They find any and every reason to make up why they were scared for their lives, all of that. And so now that this man is pressing the case on his son being murdered and seeking justice on locking up the white man, not the officer, but the white murderer that killed his son, now white people, white supremacy, which it is real because this is showing, have come and whitewashed the case. And they let the officer off the hook. Of course they did. He's going to run into hiding like the coward that he is. That is what our real protective witnesses government does. They really put their people in hiding from Black people, just in case we decide to revolt or start standing up. But they know, for the most part, most Black people are docile, so they'll run out into hiding and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and continue.
Still, you take us back to the Civil Rights Day, bull collar. You turn the water hose in the dog loop. You ain't no better than him.
Tell the whole
So
story.
your name gonna go down in history. My son was murdered in Alabama, in Hoover. Nothing being done for a cop that's a dirty cop and shot my son. You think I'm gonna let it go? It ain't over with, boss. It ain't over with at all. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the bottom line, I'm going to have my justice for my child, and you going to deal with it.
Okay, that's strange. We got to get rid of that number 666. So I'm going to go ahead and put an angry face for him just to get it off of 666.
This don't make no sense.
But that's very disrespectful for him. So I want to find out what's the name of this cop. E.J. Bradford Jr. I remember this young man. The military vet. I remember him. See, and media is trying to I remember this young man. Let's go back over his backstory. An Alabama police officer who fired shots that killed a 21-year-old man on Thanksgiving night at a mall outside of Birmingham will not face charges. State Attorney General Steve Marshall announced Tuesday that his investigation found the officer did not break the law and will not be charged in the death of Emantic E.J. Bradford Jr. Why don't they never mention the officer's name, but they always mention the victim's name? They don't never want us to know who was the officer that killed him. They never tell you that. They don't give the badge number, anything like that. That's information we should know as public, but they don't mention it. Bradford's shooting at the River Chase Galleria in Hoover happened in the immediate aftermath of gunfire at the mall to which the officer, no name, who has not been identified, was responding. Why isn't the officer being identified? The Attorney General's report says the officer mistakenly believed Bradford had fired the earlier shots and was justified in shooting him just because he thought he shot him. The officer saw Bradford running toward the shooting scene with a gun, believed he was trying to kill the shooting victim, according to the report. Okay. We don't, because cops don't make up reports. The facts of the case demonstrate that the officer reasonably exercised his official powers, duties, or functions when he shot E.J. Bradford on the night of November 22nd, 2018. No, he did not. He did not reasonably exercise his official powers and duties. He willingly just shot a black man because he was trigger happy. This white guy wanted to kill a black person in Alabama because he's a racist, and he could not wait and pull out his gun and just shoot a black person. That's just period. Two bystanders, Brian Wilson, 18, and Molly Davis, 12, were also injured by the gunfire. So he shot two more black people, probably. Aaron Brown, 20, was charged in November with attempted murder in the shooting of Wilson that happened before the officer opened fire in Bradford. Bradford's killing sparked weeks of protests last year. On Tuesday evening, demonstrators burned two American flags outside of Hoover City Hall as police nearby looked on. On the flags were spray painted the words "Black Lives Don't Matter." Demonstrator Carlos Chavez Jr. told onlookers at the gathering, his life burned, and now his American flag is going to burn to represent what it's like to be black in America. Okay, so I do remember that young man. So we're going to go back to my Facebook page. And let's go.
Okay, I was too, Marshall. Now I'm going to call you out right now. You took this case from Danny Carr. You whitewashed this.
We're going to pause that. Rosemary asks, why kill a person? What happened to a warning she meant shot? This is so damn wrong. But they won't go and seek justice for black people. Like, they want to send us thoughts and prayers. No, I would like the officer's name, stuff like that. We don't want thoughts and prayers. Look, he shouldn't have ran towards them from the police with his gun out. These are people. Now, we just read the backstory, so we know this man had nothing to do with shooting the police. I mean, being in that mall. He got killed innocently. So he wasn't even Look at this. Another white guy. He's in Barry, Alabama. So we know he's racist.
Now I'm gonna call you out right now. You took this case from Danny Carr. You whitewashed this case. You covered it up. What you in bed with who? Are you still pissed off because they told you about the civil rights stuff down here that you ain't?
So we know it was a black man who was killed innocently in Alabama because we went and read the backstory. Now, I posted an article as well. I think I posted 2 videos.
This is what it's like to be black in America.
Black lives don't matter.
Until black lives start to really matter, this flag will never matter to black people. We can't say that we care for black people, we care for this country, if black people and our lives are frowned upon every single day. What happened to Ematic Fitzgerald Bradford Jr., his life burned. His life burned. And now this American flag is going to burn to represent what it's like to be black.
All right, so Channel 13, I became a subscriber today. They are protesting Alabama AG, that's Attorney General Steve Marshall's ruling in the Hoover Mall shooting case. So they're protesting the Attorney General, Steve Marshall. So let's look up who is the Attorney General in Alabama. Attorney General. Steve Marshall. Steve Marshall. This is Steve Marshall right here. A racist. Covering up murders of black men. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share him on my Facebook. See, I'm doing my research. And I post this stuff. Is that correct? Are we spelling his name correct? I think we are. Yep. "13 minutes in. This is homework assignment. This is what you got to do when we find out about these white people. So every attorney general has a specific location in the state. So the black people in Alabama should be trying to research that and getting him out of office and also finding that murderer. But, you know. All right. So now let's read
In America.
white
This
people.
is our right.
Quit giving them coverage. I'm sure he's right. Look, there you go. You know he's white. Of course he's white. He's in West Virginia. You're not even in the South. So they practice white supremacy clearly. And he's talking about don't give him coverage, and I'm sure he doesn't even watch Channel 13, which is in Alabama.
Constitution is right.
Janice totally agree. She totally agrees with Steve. She's white, you know. Of course, she's in Alabama. Clay, Alabama. So, you know. And black men play football and stuff like that. So she likes Nick Saban, but, you know, the black men are actually the ones making him paid
or it's not.
Jody, y'all are part of the problem. The channel, the 13 News is part of the problem. White girl, of course. You know. Oh, I guess she thinks she's Hispanic too. But we see where her mind is. Let's see these lights.
Fairness needs to be in this country.
White.
We want all our rights, we want them here, and we want them now. Say his name. EJ. Say his name. EJ. Say his name. EJ.
So all of these people are white. Stop showing this crap, or maybe we should all boycott Channel 13.
No peace. No race.
White.
Police.
Done watching your station. And I replied, white people aren't mad that another white person killed a black person, because last I checked, we aren't going around shooting you guys and getting off. So, and it's an innocent black person that was killed at that. So we know EJ Bradford is an innocent black man who is a military vet gunned down in Alabama. And I live in Florida, so Alabama is the sister state. It's right across from us. That's very terrible. So as you can see, that father has to celebrate Black History Month with the murder of his son. And it's very detrimental. Black society, we really have to start thinking on a collective level, because they are trying to wipe out the Aboriginal black people of America. So those are the black people whose lineage tie all the way back from slavery until now. They're trying to wipe us off this planet. And we have to do something about that.